because rental is an ecosystem where everything affects the bottom line. Hire controllers, rental managers, drivers, your workshop, your salespeople, all of the decisions that they're making in your business today will affect the top line and the bottom line. So let's look at how you can increase revenue from a sales perspective in the rental sector. And when I use the term sales, I mean proactive sales activity, which is trying to win more hires. There are lots of debates in the rental sector about the sales function. Should it be aligned to the depot network? Should it be managed centrally? Should it be split into specialist functions? How do you manage national accounts? However you choose to manage your sales team, and no matter how big your sales team are, on screen now are the 4 things that your people need to be skilled at, they need to excel at in order to be effective in generating new business and winning more business and growing your business. So those 4 areas are mindset, organization, persistence and process, and sales skills. And they're the 4 key areas that we build our sales development programs around. So the first in that, and I'm going to just talk you through at a high level, the first in that is mindset. So looking at competition or the opportunity. So if we just change slides to look at this bread aisle, you might be thinking, what's a bread aisle got to do with a rental business? But if you were a bread salesperson and you looked at that bread aisle, would you see the competition or would you see the opportunity? Would you be looking at that and thinking, gosh, our bread needs to be crustier, our slices need to be thicker, our packaging needs to be sexier, we need to get the bread into the supermarket faster? Or would you sit back and think, wow, a lot of people eat bread. There's a huge opportunity here for a bread salesperson. I just need to get out there and convince people to buy our bread. And salespeople need to focus on the opportunity, not the competition. That's what we mean by sales thinking. And that's one of the things that we look at in the sales development program. The next area is organization. And by that, I mean productivity. Spending time with the accounts where you will get most payoff from your activity. So your sales team, whether you've got 1 person in that or 100 people in it, will have a calling capacity, the total number of calls that they can make in a year. So it's important that they spend that time wisely in accounts where they're going to get results from their activity. And the next area is persistence and process. Salespeople need to be persistent, especially in winning new business. That's where salespeople need to understand the importance of your sales process and follow up in your sales process. There's some statistics from a research company called Brevit, and there's lots of other statistics out there like this that shows 80% of sales require 5 follow-ups after a meeting, whereas 44% of people will give up after the first follow-up. And that's not just the importance of following up, it's following up well and skillfully, because otherwise you just become a hassle, you just become a nuisance. And that brings us on to our final area, and that's the skills of your salespeople, the quality of your sales conversations, and I would argue the quality of your service conversations with customers can't be left to chance. People need to be taught to have quality conversations, especially if consistency of approach is important, and usually across a depot network, consistency of service is important. So the quality of your conversations with customers and capturing them in your CRM system is essential. It's a really good example of where people and systems come together, not just having those conversations, but recording them so you can track the data.